Deep within the architecture of the human brain lies a biological component that your standard education system completely omits from the curriculum. This is the pineal gland. Mainstream biology textbooks limit its role to melatonin production, the hormone governing your circadian rhythm. It's roughly the size of a grain of rice, nestled so deeply in the skull it appears insignificant compared to the surrounding cortex. However, reducing this organ to a simple biological clock ignores thousands of years of human documentation concerning its actual function. Ancient civilizations, particularly within Hindu traditions, identified this exact central point as the Ajna chakra. They treated it as an internal eye, capable of perceiving information beyond the physical senses. By the 17th century, the scientist René Descartes reached a similar conclusion, labeling this specific gland the seat of the soul, following his anatomical observations. Descartes noted that while almost every other brain structure is mirrored, with one half in the left hemisphere and another in the right, the pineal gland exists as a singular, isolated point. This unique central hardware suggests a function that goes beyond mere sleep regulation. It acts as the master interface for human awareness. In 2019, researchers at the University of Michigan identified a neurochemical process that reframes the pineal gland as more than a hormone pump. They discovered that the gland secretes dimethyltryptamine, or DMT. This is the most potent psychedelic compound identified by science, typically classified as a restricted substance. The pineal gland provides a microdose of this compound to the brain every single night. This chemical catalyst is what generates the vivid, structured environments we experience during the sleep cycle. As DMT levels rise, the brain's electrical oscillation shifts. It detaches consciousness from the external physical environment and plugs it into an internally generated simulation. These nightly dreams are actually chemically powered excursions into alternate realities, made possible by our own internal biology. If the gland handles minor shifts during sleep, the question becomes, how does it react to a total systemic failure? At the moment the brain recognizes impending death, it triggers a massive release of its DMT stores. This biological mechanism floods the neural pathways. While a standard dream is temporary, this final surge creates a permanent shift in perception. Without a functioning body to tune the awareness back to the physical world, the consciousness remains within the new reality. This biological sequence aligns with the ancient Vedic concept of samsara, the continuous cycle of transition from one life state to the next. From this perspective, physical death is simply the final shift in frequency dictated by the pineal gland's failsafe. Because this gland governs the frequency of your reality, mastering its mechanics offers a way to manually steer your conscious experience. The pineal gland is comprised of piezoelectric crystals. These materials generate a specific electrical charge whenever they are subjected to mechanical pressure. Since the gland is encased deep within the skull, direct physical pressure is impossible. Ancient traditions utilized vocal frequencies, like Om and Ram, to create resonant air pressure within the head. These vibrations compress the crystals, triggering an internal electrical charge. These specific chants are mechanical tools. They vibrate the internal hardware to activate the gland and modulate your state of consciousness at will. The optimal time to use this biological hack is during the theta and alpha brainwave states, which occur in the transition between being fully awake and falling asleep. By maintaining a specific intention as you enter this state, you are feeding targeted data into the upcoming nightly DMT simulation. Scholars of these ancient texts suggest that information flows both ways during these transitions. When you consciously program the dream simulation, you create a recurring mental loop that eventually influences how you interact with and perceive your waking environment. By utilizing the piezoelectric hardware of the pineal gland and the neurochemical software of DMT, you have the biological means to bridge your internal intentions with the physical world.